Hello again and welcome to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by upshiftstore.co.uk, Hambridge Transport, and in association with digitalmotorsports.com. So after a little break, we were here for round 2 of our Japanese Road Car Championship. We're at another new circuit that we've not visited before, and a new country that we've not visited before actually, here on Gran Turismo, although this is one of the old school circuits that was always been on the series. We're at the Deep Forest Raceway, and we're in that lovely country, Switzerland, as you can see, set out in the mountains here, in the Swiss Alps, and yeah, great setting, lovely track. So without further ado, let's go through this grid. So in first place, we've got Wadru, or Look at My PP, as he's now known. Wayne in second, Chuck in third, Paul in fourth, Thomas fifth, Unforgiven in sixth, Chand in seventh, Molson 8th, Dyson in 9th, Tony in 10th, Palmer in 11th, Firepower 12th, and Hodgie in 13th. So let's get this first 30-minute race underway. We've got two, as usual, two 30-minute races for you. Race 1 coming up for you right this minute. Let's get to it. It's going to be another quick start. Away we go. Great start again by Wayne. So Wayne takes up that lead as they head down to turn 1, this first left-hander. And the GTOs, as they did in round 1, are off and running up front. Pretty quick car. Thomas is there as well though. There's Chuck in third. Wadru, or I'm going to call him PP actually from now, is out in front. Thomas in fourth in that Subaru. It's going with them. And then Paul with that new livery. Oh, he's just picked up a penalty, Paul, so must have just cut the corner. But there he is in the skyline. Just ahead of Unforgiven in 6th, having a little battle of their own already. Only half a lap in and a little bit of rubbing going on, but Paul's got there. But remember, he's still got that half a second penalty that he's going to have to get rid of. It's an automatic now, the game automatically gets rid of it. So, as you can see, at the next penalty line, it will automatically take that off him, which will allow Unforgiven to go past, which he does. Or he will at least any second. There it is. Didn't really lose too much time, Paul, but did lose that 5th place, so Unforgiven up to 5th then. Back up top though, still PP, aka Wadru, in front. Heading up the GTO gang with Wayne in second. Had a great round 1, didn't he, at the high-speed ring. A little bit more technical this one, got a couple of long straights as you probably already noticed, but in between quite a bit of twisty stuff and a bit technical stuff there. Chuck in third. Glad to see that a lot of these suspension issues that we had and a lot of the lag from round 1 has gone. It's not completely gone, but it's certainly better. Thomas, 4th place then. Just getting off the back of the GTOs now. Paul in 5th place, and actually Unforgiven, he's got back to 7th, so I think he made a mistake at turn 1, ran wide, got himself out on the grass, so he's lost that place to Molson as well, who's in 6th place. There he is. So Molson in the Civic. Hard on the brakes for this left-hander, and then up and over the cliff top. This actual part of the section is actually hanging off the side of a cliff here in the mountains, so fortunately it's well covered with barriers and a big bridge, so got no chance of falling down there. But yeah, really high part of the section of the track there. So 6th for Molson. Unforgiven, just trying to get himself back on it again after that off. I missed it, but he did go off at turn 1, just a bit too hot in there. Ran onto the grass. So looking to chase down Molson now. And I believe there's a little battle going on here between Dyson and Tony. Dyson just in front at the moment in 8th place, Tony in 9th. Slightly a little bit more pace in that RX-7 of Dyson's by the looks of it. Oh, and Unforgiven's gone off again. Unbelievable, he's gone off at the same turning. So 2 laps on the trot, he's made a mistake there. Fortunately though, he's come back on in front of Tony and Dyson, and actually Tony's gone past Dyson. So did Dyson make a mistake, or was it because of Unforgiven being there? Maybe, but there he is, he's back in 9th now. So whatever it was, a little error there at turn 1, I think as well. Might have been put off by the fact that Unforgiven was coming back on the track there. I don't know, I'm guessing. And then we've got Chan in 10th place. Couldn't get to grips with his car at all, could he? In round 1, just weren't having it, but looks like he might have sorted out some of them issues here. So 10th for Chan. Palmer, another one who was struggling a little bit at the high-speed ring, but again, looking pretty comfortable there. Although having said that, this is the straight section, so let's just see what the car's like on this twisty stuff. Yeah, not too bad. As he heads on down the long fast hill and along the start and finish straight now. Flat out pretty much from that tight hairpin all the way through to turn 1. And we've got Firepower in 12th place. There he is, a few scuffs already on that car, so he's had some issues somewhere. And back up top though, we've got Modru still in front, but being closed down fast now by Wayne in 2nd. So the GTO battle at the front is definitely off and running. Now, can Waney get into the slip? Oh, he's too far back there as they get onto this very tight left-hand hairpin corner. Plenty of time now, we're only 5 minutes in. Holds the fastest lap at the moment, it does Wayne. 1:31, pretty much 1:31 dead. So come across now to start lap 5. Hard on the brakes for turn 1. Easy to get that wrong there. Nicely round there though from them two. Then we've got Chuck in 3rd, not that far behind, so that's the 3rd GTO. So 3 GTOs in the top 3. Seems to be the car of choice at the moment, doesn't it? They had a good outing at the high-speed ring in round 1, and we're off again here. Thomas always in 4th, but he's closely followed now by Paul in 5th. So Paul trying to get onto the back and surpass Thomas if he can. Really on the back of him now. What can he do? Can Paul get past Thomas? Oh, and he picks up another penalty, Paul. That must have just cut the corner there. A couple of corners where got to be a bit careful. You can straight line them, but you've got to be a bit careful not to take too much of them. So picks up another penalty. So Paul's had a couple of penalties already here in the first 5 laps. So not a great start, but fortunately he's got a big gap behind him. So that's that penalty gone. That's run off on the penalty zone, which is under the bridge there. So he's going to have to do all that hard work again. Try and get himself, I should say, on the back of Thomas again. So we'll see what happens with that one. Unforgiven, 6th place. Quite some way back, but he's had a couple of offs, hasn't he? I don't know if that's scuffs or is that the livery on his car. It looks the same, doesn't it, to be honest, but I think there's a few scuffs on the front there. Yeah, looks like it. 6th place for him, but on his own again a little bit. Moulton now is under pressure from Tony, and Chand in 9th now. He's not too far off. So Moulton 7th. Tony looking good in that Civic. Well, in the other Civic, I should say, and he's got him. He's got on the inside. Better exit from Tony. Gets past Moulton even, I should say, and up to 7th place then for Tony. Moulton seemed to stop coming around that bend, didn't he? Just whistle by, did Tony. So probably not the greatest of exits there. So now he's under pressure from Chand, is Molson. As we've got the two. They look similar cars, don't they, to be honest, or at least the colours do. Obviously not the same car, but... Oh, Chand thought about it. Molson blocked it off a little bit, so it wasn't quite there in the end, was it, for Chand? But he's on the back of Molson now, so let's see how this develops at the end of this long straight across the cliff top. As they reach this hairpin now, can Chand make the move? Yeah, he's going to make, or he's going to go for it. Can he make it? Stick though. He can, you know. Oh, he's not giving it to him though, is he, Molson? And why not? He shouldn't either. And no, he gets there though, Chand. So up to 8th for Chand. No, Molson back to 9th then. And actually, Chand's looking a little bit hungry here. He looks like he fancies a bit of Tony as well. So let's just stick with this then. See if Chand can take Tony. Great. Bit of drafting now. Pulls out. Easy gets Tony there way before the braking zone. So up to 7th. So Chand on a bit of a mission here. Tony's not giving up though. He gets good exit there out of turn 1, doesn't he? Didn't quite make it past Chand though. Molson's back on it as well. So good little battle here for 7th, 8th and 9th. 10 minutes in now. Great race already, isn't it? So really good little track this. So Dyson in 10th place then. Slipping back is Dyson, so maybe not quite working out for him with the setup on the RX-7 round here tonight. Slides it, drifts it round now. So 10th for him, 11th for Palmer. 12th for Firepower in the other RX-7. And not having the best time out there either, and he picks up a penalty there. Cutting that corner. There's some rumble strips there as you come round through the S, and you can take some of it, but you can't take too much of it, and I think that's where Firepower got that penalty. I might be wrong. Back up top though. Oh, and talking of penalties, Wadrew's now got one. So is this the opportunity for... Don't think it's going to slow him down too much, to be fair, but Wayne is close behind. I don't think it should be okay. Oh, I don't know though. Wayne might take the lead here. Yeah, no, it did. Yeah, it doesn't lose him too much, to be fair. So maybe okay for Wadrew. Yeah, that's fine. But they're coming onto the back of Firepower, who I think he's just pulled out of the way there. Actually, he has. There he is, parked up the top there. So well played for him, letting the guys go through. Chuck in third, still in third. He's just doing all he can to try and catch up with the other GTOs. Become part of that little party, but ain't happening at the moment for Chuck, but good third place, nevertheless. Oh, and Paul's got past Thomas, so I missed the pass, but he has got there, Paul. But Thomas is not giving up at all. Looks like he's got a little bit quicker in that Subaru. Paul looking pretty good round, pretty strong round there is Paul. Let's just see what happens here as they come through the S's. This is where the rumble strips are that I was referring to just a moment ago. They are them black ones, so you can take some of them, but not too much. So Paul then, fourth. Oh, gets a bit of grass there, takes that very tight line in there, but nearly at the barrier. That's allowed Thomas to have a little sniff to see if he can get through, get that fourth place back, but didn't quite make it. Oh, and Thomas has got a penalty now, half a second penalty. Don't know where he got that from, but he's picked up a penalty somewhere. So little reprieve for Paul, but as we've seen, doesn't really slow the cars down that much, half a second. But a little bit of breathing space for Paul. but Thomas will be back on him for sure. Unforgiven. Yeah, he's on his own. No one really around. Oh, Firepower still there, letting the cars go past him, so he's keeping well clear of everybody. Blue flags, of course, flying. So Unforgiven, 6th place. Chand, and what's... Oh, right, as we come to him, just loses it. Can he keep that 7th place? Oh, he's struggling to get it into gear. Gets there, but Tony's going to take him. Tony does. Chand then. He's got it going, but he's lost that place to Tony. So I didn't see it, but I think he must have come around the hairpin, just lost the back end, spun him round, Chand. But it looks like he's got some pace in that car because he's already attacking Tony at the end of this straight. Oh, is he going to go straight on? Has he lost his braking? Oh, he nearly hit the back of Tony there, actually, I think. Did well to control that. But remains in 8th then, Chand, but putting lots of pressure on Tony at the moment. Looking a bit quicker in that. Car this week. Let's just stick with this. Molson just coming off of the back of them is in 9th place. Oh, big hit from Tony on the barrier there. Amazingly though, he's kept it in 7th. Didn't really slow him down, and I suppose he has a little bit, but could have been a whole lot worse. Pulls over, so maybe there's a bit of damages there. Chad's going to go past, is he? Well, they're side by side. Chan's got there, I think he does. Yeah, I think Tony just kind of let him go for it. Might have had a little bit of damage from hitting that barrier, so let the quicker car go past, and why not? So Chan, which is where we lost it last time, back to 7th. Tony in 8th. And then Moulton in 9th place. And as you were, behind those, Dyson 10th, Palmer 11th, Firepower in 12th. Oh, a little battle though between Dyson and Palmer. So Palmer, is Dyson going to lose another spot? Oh, no. Oh, he wheeled out doing that. Yeah, he has. So Palmer's through. Dyson dropping like a stone here, down to 11th. Didn't quite have to. I think it's something, must be something more to braking in that car. That didn't look right at all. Oh, Palmer's gone wide now, has he? Oh, he kicked up the dust and dirt, but no, he keeps it there. But yeah, I think there's something not quite right there on the RX-7. Doesn't look very stable at all. Certainly under braking anyway. Looks a bit of a handful, if I'm honest. Firepower again. Out of the same garage, so presumably, possibly the same settings, and as you can see, it looks even more of a handful, doesn't it? So the Mazda's struggling around here tonight. PP, aka Wadru, he's not struggling at all, is he, at the moment? Looks like he's pulling away from Wayne, actually, in 2nd place. Looks like he's increasing that lead all the time. Just Wadru. Yellow flags, I think that's probably Firepower. Yeah, I think he's actually, I don't think he's actually racing, is he? I think he's part there. He's probably eating his sandwiches, reading the newspaper. Looking at the views, who knows? But he hasn't really moved from there, has he? So, not his best race here tonight for Firepower, but that car did look a right handful, I've got to say. Chuck, he's 3rd. Not really gaining on the boys ahead, but I think if you said to him he'll get a 3rd, probably bite your hand off. 3rd would be good. See if you can just improve it a little bit more, maybe, for race 2. In fact, all of the guys will be thinking that, of course, and it's all it's about, isn't it? It's just a few little tweaks, just to try and see if you can make any kind of little improvement to make the car a little bit better. That's easier said than done, unless you know what you're doing, of course, but... So Chaplin, 3rd place. Thomas, he's got that lead back, or got that 4th place back, I should say, off of Paul, but he's got a 3-second penalty. Where the hell? Where do you get a 3-second penalty from? I've got no idea, but that's what he's got. So Paul is definitely going to be getting that 4th place back as they approach the penalty zone. So Paul will know that, and he'll be getting that 4th place back within the next 10 seconds or so. There you go. And Thomas with a huge 3-second penalty that he just scrubbed off. Drops back down to 5th place. Paul, meanwhile, got through the 4th, but a long way from 3rd place. Chuck is already round turn 1, so Paul's only just going over that start finish, as you can see. So that's a big gap to 3rd place, which I don't think is going to be bridging with 20 minutes gone. 10 minutes left of this race. It's gone quick, but what a race. It's been a great race. So 4th for Paul. Thomas, we know, is in 5th place. I think he's going to be really peeved by getting that really big penalty. So the red mist has probably risen now on Thomas. Going to do all he can to try and get that 4th place back, because that's probably the best he's going to get here in race 1, if he can do it. Paul will have a say about it, but I think Thomas's car is probably slightly quicker in places. Certainly set up a lot better than what Paul's is by the looks of it, but we'll see. Unforgiven in 6th place still. On Firepower, he is still going around, maybe just doing a few little test laps, isn't he? See what he can figure out in that MX-5, because there he is, but he's out of this race. In terms of, he's in 13th, and he's not going to better that, or 12th I should say, sorry, I do apologise, 12th for Firepower. Runs a bit wide there, but Unforgiven 6th, Chan. Yeah, he's pulled away now and he's on his own, so got away from Tony, who's in 8th. Is he in a battle with Molson? I don't think that he's too far away, is Molson. Well, not really. Still plenty of time. If Molson really wants to try and get at 8th place, he's got plenty of time now to do it. Look at this setting, beautiful setting here in the mountains in Switzerland, away from the hustle bustle. So Molson 9th then. Yeah, he's catching. Looks like he's got more straight line speed than the other Civic. But looks like Tony might have a little bit more in the twisty stuff. Yeah, he's really pushing his Molson. You can see the car kicking his back end out pretty much every corner here. So he's really pushing. Tony looks a little bit more controlled, but does look a little bit slower. So this battle is going to be on to the end, isn't it? Palmer in 10th place, being overtaken by the leaders. So there goes Wayne Wadru. It's gone through. So Palmer in 10th place. Dyson in 11th, as we know. And the other Firepower, the other Mazda in 12th. Oh, great drift, but he's going to hit the wall, big style. So drift followed by some fireworks for Firepower. And I don't know, he might just call it a day here, although I haven't said that, we've only got 5-6 minutes left, so might as well see it out now. So back up top then, Wadru on the medium tyres, actually looking good for race 1 victory. And the second gear, now power up through the gearbox, third, fourth, so there's Wadru then, slash PP in first, Wayne second place. I think he's probably settled for that, he had a good round 1, didn't he, so second place would be good here for his points tally. Still, oh, and actually Wadru's got the fastest lap now with a 1:30.5, so it's a quick lap there from Wadru. So Wayne second, Chuck in third, just getting himself in the lap traffic now is Chuck. It's starting to get a little bit darker as well, it looks like, doesn't it? Or is it my eyes? Is it a little bit more misty up? But just as well, yeah, it certainly looks like the sun's going down for sure. Look at the mountains there, beautiful. Chuck in third, goes past Palmer. Paul, yeah, he's still there in fourth. Thomas hasn't yet recovered from that big penalty that he's scrubbed off there. Looks like Paul might be getting that fourth place, which is better than what he did in round 1. So maybe things are starting to feel a little bit better in that skyline. There's Thomas, 5th place. He's gonna want a little better race in race 2, isn't he? It's going to really have annoyed him, but stay tuned and we'll find out what happens in race 2. So that will be coming up, obviously, after this race. Unforgiven, 6th place, where he's been pretty much the entire race. Been under absolutely no pressure whatsoever, and he still isn't. So quite a lonely race for Unforgiven. Looked like he was going to be right in the heat of the battle up the top, didn't he, early doors? Was fighting with Paul and some of the others up there, and then he made that mistake, just outbroke himself at turn 1. Got himself on the grass, that was the end of that, and consequently lost a couple of spots, dropped all the way back, and he hasn't really recovered from that, has he? 6th place though for Unforgiven here in race 1. I'm sure he'll settle for that. Chan meanwhile 7th, so he's had quite a good little battle, hasn't he? He's looked like that car's certainly better than it was in round 1, that's for sure. I think he'll agree with that, and well, watch this guy over the next few rounds, or over the championship, the course of the championship, because the car's certainly looking better and quicker. So we'll see. Molson, well, he's got past Tony in the end, hasn't he? So maybe that was... Oh, runs wide there, just clips the wall. And the back markers, no, and Tony's got past him, so Tony did get past him, courtesy of that going wide from Molson. So Molson loses at 8th place again. Yeah, it's definitely getting darker now, you can see. But we are in the final few minutes of this race now. So Molson then, ninth place. This battle's going to go right down to the end, I think, isn't it? Can Molson get Tony at the end here? We know the Molson's Civic is a little bit quicker in a straight line, and there he goes. It's a lot quicker in a straight line actually, isn't it? But can he make it stop? Can he stop it? He can. So, can he keep it there now till the end? We're nearly there now. Oh, Tony's up the inside. Good little battle here, the battle of the Civics. Old and new. Oh, and Molson has got it. I think he has kept it there, you know, but we got to go to our leader really. Oh, runs wide there. Good battle here. Tyres are going off. But got to go to our leader now as we're on the... I think this might be the final lap actually. It will be. So we'll come back to that battle, see what happens when they cross the line. We'll stick with our leader now as he comes up to these final sections. It is the final lap, so here we go then. So Wadru / PP got himself out in front like he normally would and does, and looking pretty good, settled. Actually Chand has crossed the line, he's not getting another lap in. That means Molson, oh no, Tony's got Molson again. Molson, oh, it's changing, but we watch Wadru come over. Congratulations, race 1 winner for Wadru, well done. Wayne's going to get second place. Valiant effort in the end from Wayne, didn't quite get there in the end, no, but second's good. Chuck is third for Chuck. Molson did get that 8th place. Paul's going to come in 4th. So got away from Thomas in the end, courtesy of that penalty. Comes in 4th place for Paul. Thomas 5th place. Unforgiven. Oh, another mistake from Unforgiven. It's going to come in 6th place by the looks of it. Everyone else is finished, so 6th for Unforgiven. Chand in 7th. Molson 8th. Tony 9th. Palmer in 10th. Firepower. Sorry, Dyson in 11th. Firepower in 12th. Let's go back to Unforgiven note and watch him come over to complete the checker flag sequence. So 6th place for him. So there's your race 1, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Catch me again soon for race 2 from Deep Forest Raceway in Switzerland. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.